It's really going to be an intriguing offseason for the Edmonton Oilers as Kailer Yamamoto's name has been swirled around the NHL lately. And just the other day, Frank Severelli said that the Oilers do have a trade in their pocket for Kailer Yamamoto, but why isn't it done yet? And we'll break that down here as more news has came out. But before we get started, if you like anything NHL related, news, trades, rumors, whatever it is, make sure you hit that subscribe button as we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Also do MLB on the channel, so if you're a baseball fan too, we'll try and have it covered here. And before I get started, big shout out to the Oilers Fanatic, 5,000 subscribers. Congrats, man. Now let's get into this. Like I said, Frank Severelli said, my sense is the Oilers have in their pockets someone that will take Yamamoto for free. So a buyout ultimately won't be necessary. Now, by what he means by that is when you're trying to trade some salary cap, you usually send a pick over with that player just to help the other team out. They get a pick, they retain salary. That's not the case in this scenario, and I kind of agree with that because as much as Yamamoto doesn't score or anything, he is really good. He's like a small power forward in a sense. He could get to the dirty areas, get that puck. Yeah, maybe the scoring touch isn't there, but he plays a really good, hard, gritty game, and I wouldn't give up much with Yamamoto in that aspect. Like I said, a team's willing to take him for free, but why hasn't a trade been done? If a team's willing to take Kailer Yamamoto for free, there has to be some kind of trade that needs to be done for the Edmonton Oilers to do this. Well, we got news today that the Edmonton Oilers will be making a few moves this summer as general manager Ken Holland looks to refresh some of the complementary pieces around his dynamic duo. Word in the trade talks have been constant last few weeks, and the team may already have a deal in place. Rumor has it that the Oilers have a trade in place with another team who has agreed to take on forward Kailer Yamamoto. So that makes sense. That's been what we've been hearing for the last little bit. But this is where things change. Edmonton is trying to make a second deal to complement the first and aren't going to pull the trigger on the Yamamoto trade until the second trade is in stone. So who are they targeting? It can't be Connor Brown. It makes no sense to trade for Connor Brown if he might sign as a free agent. Why waste draft picks if a guy's going to come here in free agency? Yamamoto has been blasted all over every trade board this summer. The 24-year-old speedster is set to make $3.1 million next season. He recorded 25 points in 58 games last season and frankly was a bit of a letdown for Oilers Nation. The former first-round pick will certainly be moved this summer. It's truly just a matter of when. The Philadelphia Flyers have shown interest, but to this point, it's unknown who exactly Holland has been doing business with. After Yamamoto only scored 1 goal in 12 Stanley Cup games, the writing was on the wall that the 5'8" could use a change of scenery, as it seems the pressure of playing in Edmonton mixed with the inconsistent results has created some negative press around the one-time top prospect. The 2021-22 season was Yamo's best when he recorded 41 points in 81 games. He'll be a restricted free agent after the 23-24 season. So this is just stating that the Oilers have a trade in place. It's just not, it's a matter of when now. And what I've read, it's going to be part of a 2-trade deal. So we might see Yamamoto traded, then 5 minutes later, another trade that Edmonton's actually getting a player back for what they gave up. So who is this second player? We've heard Travis Konechny is one of the names that's been linked to the Oilers quite a bit. Carter Hart, I don't see coming over unless Jack Campbell's going the other way. But now you got a 1A, 1B situation that you had with Koskinen and Smith for the longest time. I don't see that happening. They were linked to Timo Meier a little bit in the trade deadline. At the trade deadline, they were linked to Timo Meier, but there is no guaranteed who they're going after, but it is for sure Ken Holland is trying to add a top six somewhere. Top six, I don't believe Connor Brown's a top six fit. I believe Connor Brown's more of a third line player that can play in the top six if an injury happens. But I think they need to go after someone better, someone that can put the puck in the net more, like a Travis Konechny, a Timo Meier. Elias Lindholm from Frank Severelli today said that he might not be returning. Could the Oilers maybe look at Elias Lindholm from Calgary? That could be a possibility. Is this Yamamoto trade part of a bigger trade to bring Erik Karlsson? Is that reheating? That has been rumored a little bit since the Oilers, or since the playoffs have ended, that Erik Karlsson could be possibly reunited with the Oilers. It's just theories out there. It's trade rumors. The insiders are on top of it. Usually when an insider says, hey, this team's interested, they pretty much are. But to what extent? And knowing that Ken Holland has a trade for Kailer Yamamoto right now, more than likely he's gone by hopefully the draft, that we get a draft pick back we can use. But sometime this offseason, and then a trade would happen. So we'll see how this goes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one.